My name is Savoy Chocho, and working together with the educational team at the Zambia Institute of Marketing, I'm going to show you how students should have attended to questions in this paper. This was question 2 in the basic finance exam of 2020 December. Students were given the trial balance of Cholo Mumba as at 31st March 2020, and the items in the trial balance are listed right over here. The debit information is given over here, and the total of the debit information is given 85,050 kwacha. 85,050 kwacha. That's what this is read as, isn't it? And the credit information is given here, which is also 85,050 kwacha. Additional information is given. Number 1, relating to inventory. Number 2, relating to rent prepaid. Number 3, relating to wages and salaries. And number 4, relating to motor vehicle and machinery depreciation. So pretty much number 4, just simply in summary, is talking about depreciation. The requirement was for students to A, prepare the statement of profit or loss, and B, prepare the statement of financial position. So I'm going to show you how students could have approached A and B. That is why I am doing this particular video. So let's get started with this, okay? The first thing is you always need to be clear, I'm preparing the statement of profit or loss for the year ended 31st March. This, by the way, was 10 marks and B 10 marks. So 20 marks in total. Too much talking, yeah? Let's get straight to it, okay? So the first thing that you do in these kinds of cases when you're preparing a financial document is that you need to put the name Cholwe Mumba. That's the starting point. You always start by putting the name of the account. And what is it that you're doing? We are preparing the statement, okay? Statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2020. Good. And we are getting busy. We are attempting this particular question. What is it that we should put here? Remember that we are dealing with a statement of profit, and it should be actually statement of profit or loss. What have I put? It should be statement of profit or loss, not and loss, right? Because you can't make both. All right, so we start with our sales. What is our sales figure? We've been given our sales figure. Let me put that. Our sales figure can be obtained from the trial balance. Here it is. It is 52,005. What's this number? 52,950. Okay, so where are we going to put it? Let's put it just right over here. That's fine. Okay, we'll put it right over here. It's going to work. That's the figure. Okay, do we have any other information in the trial balance relating to sales? Yes, we do. If you look at this one over here, it is sales returns. This means that from these sales that we have, it could be that we sold decoders or we sold bulbs. Let's say, for example, we sold 5,000 bulbs, and out of those 5,000 bulbs, 10 bulbs are returned. So we need to take note of this particular possibility. Not only is it a possibility, we've been told that this actually happened. So there's sales returns. And because they're returns, they're obviously negative. Okay, and what's the figure for the returns? 450. So take note of that. What usually follows is in the structure for preparing the statement of profit or loss, after the sales, then there's cost of sales. Cost of sales. in the cost of sales, there's purchases, right? And the purchases amounted to what? The amount is already given, purchases, so we just need to look at the trial balance. Purchases, it's 13,000. There we go. So we are going to put purchases. Where is it? Purchases. Where is purchases? Here it is. It's 13,000. Now, purchases, we are the ones that bought. So we may have bought decoders, or we may have bought whatever it is that we bought. After we have bought whatever it is that we've bought, we realize that some of the things that have been given to us do not fall within the specifications that were given. That's why when you look at your trial balance, there's what is written here as purchases returns. Purchases returns. So meaning tibweza, tavibweza, because these things do not fit within the description or for whatever other reason. And so here, what we need to do is we need to less purchases returns. Okay, and the amount for purchases returns is how much? Let's see. Purchases returns is this one. All right, 1,500. So we put it there. Okay, following, very important. You need to follow. So purchases we've put. Okay, the next we need to add opening stock, and this information is given in the trial balance. It is right over here, inventory at 1st April 2019, and so we are going to put that figure, or this figure over here, right over here. There it is. We're going to put it over there. Okay, and we are going to less closing stock. The information for closing stock is usually given as additional information. So it is here. Number 1, inventory at 31st March 2020 was 4,550. And so the amount we're going to put is here. We're going to put, since it's less, we'll do that. We're going to put 4,550. Good. So this is information that relates. This is information that relates to the cost of sales. Okay, so we have to calculate. We need to find these. What do they give us? What is the total of these? Okay, so what do we do? Okay, so you pull your calculator and calculate and tell me. I don't know how you're going to tell me, but as you follow in this particular calculation, what is it that you find? What is it that you find? Since I am using this. All right, I find 11,050. I'm using an application, so it's easy for me, but on the exam you won't have these privileges, so you need to calculate. Pull out your calculator and calculate. So it's going to be 13,000 minus 1,000, like that, right? That's how much you get. Then from this, nada. You calculate further. Let's say you add 4100, you get that. Then you're going to subtract 4550. Boom. All right, that's what you get. That's what I got. Okay, make sure you have your calculator and make sure it's working properly. So that's what you get. All right, now let's see. How best could this have been done? Okay, it's okay so far. So what we are going to calculate now is the gross profit. Gross profit is sales less cost of sales. Okay, and in this particular case, our gross profit is going to be this minus this. What do you find? You tell me. I don't know how you're going to tell me, but what do you find? All right, so let's do the calculation. I'm going to start with this one that's over here. So it's 52,950. Let me start that again. 52,950. Yes. Then take away 450. That. Then this take away 11050. This one. All right. What do we get? We get 41,000. Oops, I didn't see that. Okay, so 41,450. 41,450. Good. And that's how we find our gross profits. Great. We're done with the first part. Next, we are going to deal with expenses. Expenses. Okay. And expenses really is how much we're going to spend as a business to, in the process of running the business, and related matters. So what do we have our expenses? Let's see. Rent. Okay, there's rent over there. So we're going to put rent. How much for the rent? For the rent, that's the amount. Then there's insurance. How much for the insurance? We've been given insurance. It's a good idea to write it in full. Insurance of motor vehicle, right? Vehicle. Is that how it's spelled? Okay. Motor vehicle. And how much is it? It is 800. Okay, so we put 800. Sundry expenses. Okay, how much for sundry expenses? We've been given 700. Any other expenses? Wages and salaries. How much for wages and salaries? It's 15,200. Okay. Now I'm deliberately going to leave a space there for something I'm going to explain shortly. Then there's also other expenses. Accumulated depreciation won't come under the statement of profit or loss. Okay, so what else do we have? What do we consider? Okay, so let's look at the motor vehicles. The motor vehicle and machinery are depreciated at 25% and 20% and 25%. So okay, so we are going to consider depreciation as well. Depreciation. Okay, so let's start with depreciation of motor vehicle. All right, so we need to do some calculations here, okay, when it comes to depreciation of motor vehicle. So we know that the cost for the motor vehicle is how much? Motor vehicle, it is 18,500. Now this is depreciating at the percentage 20%. So we are going to calculate 20%. Remember, 20% is 20 over 100 multiplied by 18,500. So it means that the motor vehicle depreciates by 3,700 every year. And so I'm going to put here 3,700. There's also depreciation of what? Of machinery. Depreciation of machinery. What is the cost of the machinery? The cost of the machinery is 16,000. It depreciates at 25%. So it's going to be 25 divided by 100, okay, multiplied by 16,000. That gives us 4,000. 4,000 is what we're going to put here. 4,000. Okay. Now, when you look at here where it says additional information, we've been told about this and we've taken note of that. Okay, so it's fine. This just to make sure that I've dealt with it, I'll just highlight it. It's done. We've dealt with this one. But then there's wages and salaries. We've been told that wages and salaries have accrued. What is to accrue? You keep on accruing debts. You keep on accruing debts. It means that you keep on adding to what you already owe. You keep on adding. Already expenses, we were told that it's 15,200 kwacha. But here we are told that wages and salaries accrued, meaning zinapaki lako. It means that we are going to add this to this. We are going to add this 3,500 that's given, which is also for wages and salaries. Accrued. You can put accrued, accrued, let's pay accrued. Accrued wages and salaries. Maiwanaka. So I'll put there, what will I put? 3,500. Like that. We've added. Okay? Ni accrue. Let me just do this. Move that down because there's also an issue of rent. If you look at number 2, it says rent prepaid, meaning walipila in advance. You have paid in advance. It's a prepayment. When it comes to a prepayment, and I'll write here rent prepaid, okay, nizingati have rent prepaid 200 kwacha. So I'll write 200 kwacha. When it is prepaid, you subtract it. When it is an accrual, you add it. All right, so I'll just highlight this to show that we've already dealt with them. All right, cool. So there's rent prepaid. Remember, a prepayment, you just add. No, sorry, you subtract. Then there's insurance. There's sundry expenses, wages, accrued wages. If it's accrual, you just keep on accruing debt. Accruals, add. Depreciation for the motor vehicle, that's the amount. Depreciation for the machinery, this is the amount. Have I left anything out? What do you think? When you go through these, are there any other expenses? I don't think so. So what then is our total expenses? Okay, total expenses. Okay, total expenses here. Okay, I'll just use a formula. Okay, of these there. Okay, so 29,900. These are the total expenses. Okay, and you can verify. Just get your calculator and calculate as well. So what we're going to do now is to find the net profit. Okay, net profit. It's supposed to be net profits, Mr. Chocho. Okay, so net profit. All right, so the net profit is a subtraction of the total expenses from the gross profit. Net profit is subtracting the total expenses from the gross profit. Okay, so here we go. It's this one minus this one, and it gives us 11,550. 11,550. There we go. That's all you needed to do. 10 marks. Free 10 marks. The exam is meant to test you. The exam is meant to check whether you understand, and it is required that you understand if you move on, if you are to move on to the next level. Okay, I will end here for now. If you need lessons, feel free to get in touch with me. The details should be on the screen. Goodbye for now.